सीतापति रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। प्यारे भाई बहनों, आप सबको मेरी नमस्कार। My humble obeisance to all the divine beings gathered here this evening. Bhagwan's continued blessings to each and every one of you. Let us clasp our hands and bow our heads in humble supplication as we seek guidance, blessings and protection from the Supreme Consciousness pervades the entire cosmos. Hari Om, Hari Om, शुक्लांबरधरं देवं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ सरस्वती नमोस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ अनेकजन्म सम्प्राप्तं सर्वकर्म विदाहिनी आत्मा ज्ञान प्रदानिना तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ॐ जयन्ती मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते। ॐ मध्यन्तरहते देवी आद्यशक्ति महेश्वरी योगे योगसंभूते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनाम् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पदे नमः। ॐ मंगलमूर्ति मारुतनंदन सकल अमंगलमूलनिकंदन पावनतनय संतना हितकारी हृदय विराजत वदन विहार। मातु पिता गुरु गणपति शिव समित शंभो सुकनरध चरण कमल बंदो सब काहू देहो राम पर निहो निभाव। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई, बंदन राम लखन बेदही, ये तुलसी की परम सधी। सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय, शरण उमापति महादेव की जय, शरणम वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, शरणम। ओम नमो माता पिताय नमः, श्री गुरु चरण कमलेभ्यो नमः, ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः। Brothers and sisters, truly a pleasure to be in such noble pious company. It is said that one cannot be in satsang unless we have accrued sufficient punyam, sufficient good merit. Good merit can also be shared. So for us to be in satsang, we would have to acquire sufficient punyam, one, and because of the noble person that passed, because of her punyam, we are here to be blessed in satsang. Goswami Tulsidas tells us, Ram Naam Manidhi Padharu Ji Hare Haridwar, Tulasi Bhitar Bahirahu Jo Chahasi Ujiyar. Install the luminous gem of the name of that Supreme Lord and Master at the tip of the tongue and the threshold of your mouth. If you will have light both inside and out. For Tulsidas Maharaj is telling us. So when we have this wonderful opportunity to be in satsang, it is advisable that we use our voices to sing and chant the praises of Bhagavan. And I know with all these beautiful people gathered here, we only have beautiful voices. So let us all join together in singing and chanting the praises of Bhagavan.
लंबोधरा चमकाते तेरा दर्द जाने को, तेरा दर्द जाने को, बाहर से तो नहीं, भीतर भीतर बोले, भीतर भीतर तेरा दर्द जाने को, तेरा दर्द जाने
बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलाश की वासी, कैलाश की वासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलाश की वासी, कैलाश की वासी। कौर बदनी संघर्षती विजगासी। देखो गौर बदनी संघर्षती विजगासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलाश की वासी, कैलाश की वासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलाश की वासी, कैलाश की वासी। गौर बदनी संघर्षती निजदासी। देखो गौर बदनी संघर्षती निजदासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलाश की वासी, कैलाश की वासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलाश की वासी, कैलाश की वासी। गौर बदनी संघर्षती निजदासी। देखो गौर बदनी संघर्षती निजदासी। नंदी बैल पर बैठ शंभो अविनाशी, शंभो अविनाशी। नंदी बैल पर बैठ शंभो अविनाशी, शंभो अविनाशी। डमरू बजावत दया कुंज सुखरासी। डमरू बजावत दया कुंज सुखरासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलाश की वासी, कैलाश की वासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलाश की वासी, कैलाश की वासी। गौर बदनी संघर्षती निजदासी। देखो गौर बदनी संघर्षती निजदासी। जब पास किए प्रभु तीर्थ चेत भेगासी, चेत भेगासी। जब पास किए प्रभु तीर्थ चेत भेगासी, चेत भेगासी। ध्यान भरत भयोगी सन्यासी। ध्यान भरत भयोगी सन्यासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलाश की वासी, कैलाश की वासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलाश की वासी, कैलाश की वासी। गौर बदनी संघर्षती निजदासी। दर्शन बिने नैनो बने हैं प्यासे, बने हैं प्यासे। जीवन दर्शन बिने नैनो बने हैं प्यासे, बने हैं प्यासे। जो दया करे शिव शंकर करे जग भासे, जो दया करे शिव शंकर करे जग भासे। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलास के वासी, कैलास के वासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलास के वासी, कैलास के वासी। गौर बदन के संग सती निज दासी, देखो गौर बदन के संग सती निज दासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलास के वासी, कैलास के वासी। बम भोला शिव शंकर कैलास के वासी, कैलास के वासी। गौर बदन के संग सती निज दासी, देखो गौर बदन के संग सती निज दासी। देखो गौर बदन के संग सती निज दासी।
सीतापति रामचंद्र की जय। My dear brothers and sisters, our katha is taken from Aranyakand of Sri Ramakrishna. Reference is made to Valmiki Ramayana, Kabanda Ramayana. Reference is also made to the writings of Sri Swami Shivananda. Before beginning our katha, let us all blend our beautiful voices as we sing the Ramayana Sumirana. Hariyo Varnanam Artha Sanghanam Rasanam Chandasam Mangalanam Jakartaro Vande Vani Vinayako Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Vishwasvaro Kiram Yadhyam Vinana Pasyanti Siddhasvandastamesvaram Om Gam Ganapate Namah Om Aim Saraswate Namah Om Uma Mahamaye Namah Om Namah Shivaye Namah Jo Sumirat Siddhi Hoye Ganayaka Kalivara Vadana
और सुमिरत सिद्धि होई, गणनायक कलिवर वदना।
Hara Ho
ग्रह सोई, बुद्धि राशि शुभ गुण सकला। जो सुमिरत
सियापति रामचंद्र की जय। शंकर हरिओम जय जय श्री राम। भगवान श्री राम, who is playing this Leela, has already spoken to Devi Sita and was replaced with Vedavati Sita. And after having been abducted by Ravan and a fight that occurred between Jatayu and so on, Bhagwan Sri Ram is now searching for Devi Sita. Now that he is searching for Devi Sita, Vedavati Sita, he is asking the trees and plants and animals, where is Devi Sita? He is searching high and low, near and far. Eventually he comes across Kabanda. Kabanda, in his previous life, he was Dhanu and he was a Gandharva. Because of his Gandharvas have the ability to change their form. So he had this attitude in that he would assume a fierce, ugly form, and when the sages are going to take the heart to offer them ablutions and so on, he would come out and scare them. So on one occasion he did this, and the Vasa Rishi is a Rishi who is sort of short-tempered, you know. Short fuse. So when he came there, he did this. He cursed him. He said that since you want to assume that horrible form, keep that form. But this Gandharva, on a previous occasion, had prayed to Lord Brahma, and he was given the boon of long life. So having this fierce form, is only among the fierce creatures you would be welcome, you know, because nobody wants a fierce, ugly-looking creature around them. So with this, his attitude started to change. Depending on the company that you keep, that is how you will get. So, because of this now, a little thought gets to him, you know, because he's huge and powerful, ugly-looking. So he came and he provoked Indra. Indra is the Lord of the Celestials. When he comes and provokes Indra getting peeved at this, he takes his vajra, made from the bones of sage Dadichi, and he strikes him on his head. So when he strikes him, his legs goes into his body and his head goes into his body. So it's just a trunk and two hands that remains, right? But he didn't die because he has a boon from Lord Brahma. So now that he is only a trunk and two arms, he has no way for sustenance. So praying to Lord Brahma, he was given one eye and a mouth. So he has two long arms that he could forage for food, one eye and one mouth. Trunk, right? Hence name Kaban. So like this he was foraging through the forest. And that is when Bhagwan Sri Ram is looking for Devi Sita. So as he grabs Bhagwan Sri Ram and Lakshman and brings him towards his eye to see what it is, he's ready to devour them. But they took out their talwar, their swords, and they chopped off his arms. So Bhagwan Sri Ram, he explains to Bhagwan his life story, what had transpired. All of Bhagwan knows this. And he was given that boon that if the Bhagwan Sri Raman performed his final rites and buried his body, he would regain his original form. So Bhagwan Sri Ram did that for him, and gaining his celestial form, Bhagwan Sri Ram told him that he must always revere and respect the saintly people of this world. So this is the lesson that you must take here, that the saintly people of this world must always be revered and respected. And who are the saintly people? The saintly people are those who care for others more than themselves. So we have a lot of saintly people here, because all true noble parents care for the children more than they care for themselves. Just like Devi, she cared for her children more than herself. So the saintly people must always be respected in this world. This is the lesson that Bhagwan Sri Ram mostly tells you. Apart from that, remember, we'll come back to Kaban when we close in Katha. So Kaban tells Bhagwan Sri Ram that he should go further into the forest because he's asking about Devi Sita. So he tells him to go further into the forest. There he would meet with Shabri Mata, and she would give him guidance. So he goes towards this ashram of Rishi Matanga, and there Bhagwan Sri Ram walking towards that ashram. Shabri Mata has been waiting decades upon decades for Bhagwan Sri Ram. Who is Shabri Mata? Shabri Mata, in her previous life, she was Malini, and she was married to sage Vitihotra. She was a dutiful and pious wife. However, on one occasion, a young hunter came to the ashram and she became a little enamored of him. Her husband, finding out this, he cursed her that since you are enamored of a hunter, you become a hunter. So in her next life, she was born in the Shabra tribe. And she was born as the daughter of the chief of the hunters of the Shabra tribe. And she is called Shabari. But because she was a noble and pious soul, just like all the people gathered here and those listening, whenever we perform noble and good actions, it is etched in the third body, right? So we know we have the Shtula Sharir, Shukshma Sharir, and the Karan Sharir. So the third body is where everything is recorded, right? So we perform an action with the physical body. Thoughts and emotion comes to our heads. As the more you perform these thoughts and actions that occurs in our mind, in the Manomaya Kosh, it goes and it engraves into the third body. So when we die, the physical body goes. There is the celestial body, and then when this has passed on from the celestial body, it goes and it engraves. So it's called a samskar. So the more you do something, the more it gets engraved, right? So if you perform noble and good actions, obviously that will get engraved. And if we do ignoble actions, that also will be engraved. So when you go to Yamlok and it is time for you to come back, the karmas that you carry and those samskaras is going to determine your next birth. Right? So remember, she had done all those good actions. So it was engraved already in her third body. So when she took birth in that Shabara tribe, she still had those good and noble qualities. So being born in that Shabara tribe, eventually she's growing up. And when it is time for her, when she reaches marriageable age, she comes home and she sees in the where their hut is a host of animals scattered right around their house. So she comes and she says, "Ma, why all these animals are tied all outside our home?" She says, "Well, daughter, we're going to get you married. So we're going to sacrifice all these animals to feed all the people that comes. So she's thinking that because of me, all these animals are going to give up their lives. So she decided that I don't need to get married. So she left that place. But your mind would not be like that unless you would have that before, right? So this is why when people come into this world, sometimes they have negative qualities. But what you need to do, you need to come in the company of noble people. When you come in the company of saintly people, what happens? Even when you want to do something, and because that saintly person is there, you change your mind, not so? That is the power of being in the company of the saintly people of this world. So she leaves and goes further into the forest. Eventually she comes to Rishimukh Mount, Parvat, and there is where Gautam Rishi's ashram is. So she was staying on the outskirts of that ashram. While staying on the outskirts there, she's seeing that the Shishyas would get up early in the morning to go and collect arni, as sticks to perform hawan and to cook with and so on, right? The sticks that dried from the tree and falls to the ground, that is what they're taking, right? They're not breaking it off the branch of the tree. So seeing that, she says that she will go and help. So she went and she gathered from all over these dry sticks and she put them at the entrance of the ashram. So when Matang Rishi sees that his Shishyas reach back so fast, he wants to know how come he reached back so fast. So they said, well, somebody put a heap right in front of the ashram, Guruji. So he told them to go and find out who is this. So they went and they found Shabri. So he tells her to come and she explains to him what transpired. So seeing that she has that compassion in her, he already knows that this is a worthy person. So he tells her to come and they built a separate hut within the bounds of his ashram and she stayed there. And daily she would hear the mantras being chanted, the bhajans being chanted by the students of the ashram. She was in the company of the saintly people. But what happens? You know what Pakhandi is? You know, you have some Pakhandi people that they can't see nothing and will have something to say about it. Right. So these other sages were Pakhandi. So they're saying that he has someone from the hunter tribe in his ashram. They want to boycott Sage Matang. You understand what Sage Matang is? An enlightened soul. So an enlightened soul doesn't see color, class, creed. You see that Bhagwan exists in everything. In every atom, Bhagwan exists. So there's no difference in an hunter, there's no difference in his Shishyas. What is important? Heart and mind is important. So they boycott Matang Rishi. On one occasion, they're so haughty and Pakhandi that Shabri is going towards to collect water, right? And because her mind is so pure, she sees that the sages and them walking bare feet, right? So she would clear the pathway for them. And you know it would have the thorns and so on. She would roll in the ground to make sure no thorns in the ground so that their feet would be safe. That is the kind of love she has. She goes to the ghat to collect water for the ashram. And she took her bath with them. And she's coming back. Her wearing her clothes touch one of these Pakhandi sages. And he abuses her. And saying, oh, lowly person, how dare you walk this way and your clothes touch me? You know? Pakhan. So when he passes her and she just bends her head and she continues going back to the ashram with the water. As he steps into the water becomes red and filled with worms. impure. The entire heart becomes impure. And when Bhagwan Sri Ram had come, they asked Bhagwan Sri Ram, those same Pakani sages asked Bhagwan, how can we get back pure water there? They said, well, just go and ask Shabri Mata to come and make it pure. When Shabri Mata came and she prayed, it became crystal clear then. You see, Bhagwan doesn't care for your jati, panti, kul, dharma, barai. He does not care for what state you're from, what lineage you're from, how much is the quantity of your family and so on. He don't care about that. He says that someone who doesn't have devotion, bhakti, is like a cirrus cloud. A cloud that don't have any sort of moisture. Cirrus clouds high up in the sky. They can't even provide water, neither even shade for you. A person who doesn't have love and devotion for Bhagwan is like that. He is of no use to him. You cannot find Bhagwan if you cannot see him in all his children, not so? And all his children include living, animate, and inanimate. So we can't decide that Sunday we go and kill one of his children and cook it, right? Yeah? All God creatures, not just human beings. This first body is the elements of the earth. We have so many things for us to eat. Do we really need to eat much, and much? Have so much more to eat, really. You know, when people are diagnosed with cancer, 90% of the time, you know what they tell them to do? Change your diet. Understand? Go on a vegetarian diet. So we need to wait to reach that stage for that to happen. Everybody knows that a vegetarian is a healthier life. Everybody knows that. So don't allow one of your five senses to pull you away from being a healthy person. Please. You need to have control of the five senses. Bhagwan Sri Ram meets with Shabri, and Shabri Mata has been waiting for so long. And she has faith because her guru had told her when she see Bhagwan Sri Ram and Lakshman walking, coming, one fair and one dark, and with a one mala and the matted here, she remembers the words of her guru. Her guru had told her when her guru was about to leave this world and to go into Mahasamadhi, she said, asking Guruji, carry me with you. And he says that Devi, you have a greater purpose. Because of the pure devotion, the bhakti that you have developed, you will be able to be in the company of the Supreme Lord and Master. So you stay and wait for Bhagwan Sri Ram. So she has that faith in the words of the Guru. So when she sees Bhagwan Sri Ram coming with Lakshman, she remembers the word of her Guru. She welcomes Bhagwan Sri Ram. Every morning, you know, she would get up, she would clean the pathway that way Bhagwan Sri Ram would have to walk. She would put flowers because she knew he has given up his sandals and his bare feet walking. She would go and pick fruits and wait on Bhagwan Sri Ram. And like this every day, never giving up. Decade after decade, she's doing this. Not one day and 2 days, decade after decade, she has that faith, what her Guru told her. And she's performing that and waiting on Bhagwan, waiting. So when Bhagwan comes, it's when she remembers that, she remembers her Guru's word. Coming there, she welcomes them, she washes their feet, gives them welcome, and again, Puni Puni Pada Saroja Siranava. She's bowing her head again and again at the feet of that Supreme Lord and Master. She brings him and gives him a comfortable seat to sit on. This is where our Katha begins. That is all random voices, because I know I heard you all singing so beautiful just now. So let us continue as we sing and chant the following Doha. And everyone knows this tune. Everyone. So sing with me, right? Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Kanda Mula Phala Sura Sakti Diye Ram Kahumani Ram Siya Ram
Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Prema Sahita Prabhu Aaye Barambar Kathamani Ram Siya Ram
Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Mangala Bhavana Mangala Bhagi Prabhu Sudasharata Jara Bihari Ram Siya Ram
Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Sita Bali Ramachandra ki jai. Khanda Moola Phala. Shoots, roots and fruits. See what Bhagwan is being fed? Khanda Moola Phala Surasa Atidiye Rama Kahu Ani. Prema Sahita Prabhu Kai Barambar Bakani. She is feeding that Supreme Lord and Master, and he is relishing this again and again. And what is she doing? She's tasting that food to make sure it is sweet before she feeds that Supreme Lord and Master. Lakshman is standing there, and tears come to the eyes of Lakshman. He's crying. Because he's standing, right? And he's crying in the back. Why is Lakshman crying? Lakshman is crying because when Devi Sita, Virvati Sita was abducted, Lakshman brought roots and fruits to Bhagwan, but he would not eat because he is separated from Virvati Sita. And today he's looking on and he's seeing that, look at this simple Panta lady, and she's feeding Bhagwan and he's relishing this and he is eating. Some people, when you hear this katha, they say that Lakshman was given one and he threw it away. But understand also that Lakshman is on a fast. Lakshman for that 14 years is fasting and he's not sleeping either. Because this is a vrat he has to do, because the only way Meghnad, Indrajit could be destroyed is because someone has to fast and not sleep for at least 12 years. So this is what Lakshman is already doing, preparing. His son-in-law has to be destroyed, right? Because he married Sulochna. So that is like his son-in-law. But he has to destroy him. Why? This is why, in order to destroy him, he has to do that fast. So it's not like Lakshman scorns anything, Don't let that come to your mind. Lakshman cannot eat anything because he has a duty to perform. So Lakshman is crying there and he's saying this. This is what Bhagavan tells us over and over, Bhagavan Shri Krishna tells us the same thing in chapter 9, verse 26 also. Yeah? Patram pushpam palam doyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadham bhaktya upartam ashnami tad manayah. Not so? Prayatat manah. That person who offers me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, some water, when it is offered with love and devotion, I accept it. Bhagavan Shri Krishna, when the war was imminent between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, Bhagavan Shri Krishna came as to pacify both sides. But Duryodhana said that there's going to be war. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna goes to the house of Mahatma Viduta, the uncle of the Pandavas and the Kauravas. When he goes there, Vidura isn't there, but his wife is there, and she welcomes Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And she's so lost in the continence of that Supreme that she peels a banana. And instead of feeding Bhagavan the banana, she's feeding him the banana peel. And Bhagavan Shri Krishna is eating and relishing this. Why? Because it is given with devotion. This is all Bhagavan wants. All the scholars in the world, there is a shortfall. You see, Bhagavan himself tells us that we have different pathways to reach the Supreme. Through knowledge, through jnana, through meditation. But the easiest path, which doesn't have any pitfalls, is bhakti. Let us hear what Bhagavan is saying to Devi Shabri, as Goswami Tulsidas tells us in the following short poem. Again, I really appreciate your beautiful voices, so let us join again. Sing. Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, भक्तिहीन नर सोहै कैसा, बिनु जल परिध देखिया जैसा। जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम श्री राम, जय राम नौ धाम भक्ति कहूँ तो ही पाही, सौ धाम सुनु धरु मन माही। प्रथम भक्ति संतन कर संगा, कुशली रचि मम कथा प्रसंगा। जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम श्री राम, जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम, जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम, जय राम जय जय राम। सीता बलि रामचंद्र की जय। पानी जोरी आगे बेतारी, प्रभु मिलो की प्रीति अति भारी। केहि विधि असुचि करहु तुम्हारी, अधम ते अधम जाति में जरमति भारी। Adham Adhamati Nani. She clasps her hands and bows to Bhagwan Sri Ram. And she's saying that she cannot glorify this Supreme Lord and Master. She goes on to say that, Adham Adhamati Nani. She's putting down herself and saying that she's lowly and so on. But Bhagwan is quick to stop her and says, Devi, your once lineage and so on, that which I mentioned earlier, your lineage and your the strength of your family, the number of your family, your status in life, all these things don't matter. What matters is the devotion that you have. And he's saying, Saudhan Sunu, now sit and listen carefully that I am now about to explain to you the 9 steps that leads to the highway of devotion. So Bhagavan is about to explain to us 9 steps that we should take in order to reach that highway of devotion. What does it say? Prathama Bhakti Santanha Kara Sangha. The first step is to be in the company of the saintly people of this world. Yeah? Again, what is here? Dusari Rati Mama Katha Prasanga. When we listen to the glories of that Supreme Lord and Master. I'm sure most of us here would have gone to Shivratri celebrations and so on, and we would have heard about Kankula and Binduga. Yes? So just briefly to remind you, I know you know it already, but I'll still remind you a little bit. Binduga and Kankula were husband and wife, but Binduga, because of his lifestyle and being, in the bars and the places of ill repute and so on, that brings, negativity in your life. So he's never there, so his wife ended up taking up a para amor, So with that, they had little differences of opinion and so on. So eventually he told her that since she wants to do this, she needs to do it for money. And she must give him the money. So this transpired for some time. Then eventually on one occasion, Kankula came by the riverside, and there Shiv Puran was being heard. And she happened to hear about the different hells that there were. And when she heard that the actions she's performing, the hell and the torture she will have to go through, she became very much afraid. So after the satsang and so on, she came and she spoke to the Purohit that was saying the katha. And she asked most humbly if there's any way that she could be saved. So he told her that if she organized for Shiv Puran to be heard and she listened to it, that would save her. So she organized that, and eventually she listened to Chief Mahapuran, and she was cleansed. And after her physical life was over, she went to Shivalup, and there she was spending time with Devi Parvati and so on. So time was going, and eventually she remembered about Binduga, her husband, and she asked Devi Parvati, Ma, where is my husband? Could you tell me has transpired with him? So she told Tankula that your husband, after giving up his body, he went and suffered in several hells. And after he suffered in those hells, eventually he was reborn as a Pisach. A Pisach is a ghost, but they have like a pointy mouth in that they cannot eat or drink anything, and they're forever hungry and thirsty. So she says he's suffering in the Vindhya mountains. So she asks Ma, is there any way that we can relieve him? So Devi told her that if they organize to have a Shipuran Yajna, he is captured and is held there and he listens, he will be saved. So remember, a Pisach that cannot stay one place, it always moves. So you can't stop to listen to satsang. So Devi called Tumburu, which is a Gandharva, and they organized to have Shipuran chanted. So they captured Binduga, and that Pisach form, and they put him in a bamboo and locked him in with mantras and so on, right? So when the Yajna was chanted, well, everybody came, all different preachers and so on came, and then the Yajna has been performed. Everybody came from different species and so on to listen to that Yajna. That's the next important thing when you have a Yajna. We need to invite everybody. Even if there's an enemy with the neighbor next door, we still need to invite the neighbor. If the neighbor comes or not, that is up to the neighbor. But you, whenever you're having Yajna, you're supposed to invite. So long time we had to get away from having to talk to the neighbor, we used to send somebody with yellow rice to go and invite. So, but the main thing is that when you're having Yajna, you have to invite everyone. So everyone came to the Yajna. And when the Yajna was over, the bamboo split open, and he came out and he was given a celestial form. So great is listening to the Katha of Bhagwan. I chose to tell you this because Shivratri coming up just now, right? I know everybody here fasted a long time since last year. So prepare yourself, and that energy that comes from there, it will change your life, trust me. But you need to put the effort. You know when Baba tell you, wait, I want you to fast for at least 28 days and come and do puja. Baba is telling you this because he wants you to experience something that you haven't experienced before. When you fast and you come and prepare yourself to come and do puja, from the time Baba starts singing and chanting his mantras, the hairs on your hand and neck will start to raise. From the time you start the first mantra, if this isn't happening, it's because you haven't prepared yourself properly. Once the Vedic mantras are being chanted, you will feel it. But you have, if you have a certain installation on you could get any electricity? No, so you need to take off all that insulation, all that muck, and the mind need to be focused and so on. So all that is to prepare you. You would know also when Yajna, when they had Yajna long time, you notice they would have a section of why? There's a certain energy that pervades within that section there. So the people who sit down for Yajna, they would have fast and they have strict with their diet and so on. So each and everybody who not in that diet, don't come in that section there because you want to maintain that energy. It's the same thing when we go to the temple Hanuman temple. And you have the pujari there. And pujari takes your offerings and offer it for you. You understand? Because if he doesn't know how pure you are, you have to have a certain energy resonance to be there to maintain that. Right? So you want, when you're going to do your puja next, you want to reach that resonance. So you want to listen to Baba and fast and so on, and don't study the neighbor, and don't have enmity, and do all these things. So when you come, you focus. And Baba, as soon as you chant the first mantra, you feel that energy in you, right? Sita Pati Chandra Ki Jai. Let us say what Bhagwan tells us in the Sita Pati Chandra Ki Jai. So let us hear what Goswami tells us. So he has told us about Prathama Bhakti Santana Karsanga, Dusari Rati Mama Katha Prasanga. We want to be in the saintly company, we need to listen to the glories of Bhagwan. Let us say what he says, the third step that leads to the highway of devotion. Ram Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Ram Siya Ram. Chandra ki jai. Guru Pada Pankaj Seva Tisari Bhakti. Third step is to have faith in the Guru and worship it, the feet of the Guru. Bhagwan doesn't only need to worship the feet. When you worship the feet of someone, meaning really, you listen and follow their instruction. Right? So this is when you become humble. You're humble and you listen and follow the instructions. My grandparents' brother, Pandit Mahesh Guruji, he always had this wonderful drishtant for this line, So I want to share it with you. He said, that on one Pitashuya, the greatest of the Guru. On one occasion there was this Guru and his Shishya, and they were traveling from town to town. On reaching this town, the Guru waited outside the gate, and the Shishya went in and he went Bhiksham Dehi, asking for alms and so on. So he comes out with a whole set of things, and he's saying, Guruji, we need to stay here. So he says, why do we need to stay here? He said, this is the best place to stay. In this city, everything is $2. You want rent is $2, food is $2. The Guru said, what? The Guru grab up his dand and his kamandalu, his water pot, and he said, come, get out of here. The Shishya said, no Guruji, I stay in here, everything is $2. So the Guru left the Shishya there now. So he happy. Everything is $2. He got a place to stay for $2. Food. So rocking chair. He rocking away. And he eating and relaxing and like this, The time going, it started to get not so thin now. you know. So he get like me, kind of chunky, and he there rocking his chain so. So it so happened that across the road, this mason was putting up a wall, and the mason put up the wall and so on. And the day after, a man was riding his bicycle, and the wall collapsed and killed the man. So the magistrate and the leader of the committee came, and they said to bring the mason. When the mason came, the mason said, "But Your Honor, it's not my fault. It's the guy who was mixing the water. It's his fault." They said, "Well, bring the guy who was mixing the water." When they bring the guy said, "Well, I was mixing the water, but it's not my fault. It had a girl in the gallery named Pingala, and she was dancing. So she distracted me, and that's why I made the mixture pour." They said, "Well, bring Pingala." So Pingala comes for Pingala. So Pingala was here. So she said, "Well, I was just dancing." So, "Well, we had to hang you now because you caused the man to die." So they bring Pingala. When they bring down the noose, Pingala is a small little girl, fine. So the noose can't fit on her head, on her neck. They say, "Well, if the noose can't fit on Pingala's neck, you have to find somebody who have a fat neck." So you know, the Shisha, he rocking me, and he just putting on some weight, you know. They're gonna bring the Shisha, tell him, "Well, explain the situation to him now. That, well, your neck could fit the noose." So now they lock him up, and the next day he have to go and hang him. So now we start to pray to his guru and say, "Guruji save me, Guruji save me." So his guru has that intuition, so he comes and he tell him, "Okay, you didn't want to listen to me before, but listen to me now, right? When you see they're going to hang you, you have to tell them that you want to be hung first. And I will tell them, I want to be hung first. But you have to follow my instructions, right?" So he said, "All right." So the guru gone up with him on the platform. And when they go to hang him, the guru says, "No, hang me first." And like this to them, foreign to be hung first. So with all this commotion, all the leader of the community and the magistrate and the minister, so they come and they say, "What's going on?" So the guru tell him, say, "Well, you see, in this place at this time, whoever is hung first going to become the king of this village, and whoever is hung second will be the minister." So the king and the minister said, "No, well, you have to hang me first, I had to come back as the king here." So while I'm fighting up with Guru and Shishya, run away. So the moral of it is that you need to listen to your guru, otherwise you'll get into trouble. Got into trouble because of what? He lost his entire kingdom, because when Guru Bisnath came to that court, he so lost in the entertainment that he did not get up and receive his guru. When his guru left, this is why he lost his entire rulership of Indralok. And Vritrasul had to come and fight with him. You need to pay attention to the instructions of your guru. And guru is who? Guru starts from mommy, daddy, teacher in school, and obviously your guru who teaches you in life, right? So all needs to be respected and follow the guidance. Otherwise you will end up with a noose around your neck. Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Jyoti Bhakti Mama Gunaganan Karaye Kapatat Tajigan. You need the fourth step is you need to sing the praises of Bhagavan without any guile or hypocrisy. You know, you come to sing and beat your chest more like a great singer. No. You need to sing like how you all sing in here, with love and devotion for Bhagavan. Let us hear what Goswami Tulsidas tells us in the following Chaupai. Jaya Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Ram Shri Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Mantra japa mantra viswasa pancham bhajana suveda prakasham chaturdam silabhi rakhi bahu karma Sajan Dharma Jaya
Ram Shri Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Satava Sammohi Mai Jagadekha Mote Santa Adhik Karileka Athava Jatalabha Sandosha Sapane Hunahi Ke Mai Pradosha Jaya Ram
Shri Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Navam Sarasavam Sanajalhina Mama Bharosaniya Arashnadina Navam Mahueku Jihake Hoi Nari Purusha Sacha Rajal Koi
Jaya Ram Shri Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram. Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram. Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram.
सीतापति रामचंद्र की जय मंत्र जाप मम दृढ़ विश्वास पंचम भजन सुवेद प्रकाश चतुर्दम सिल विरति बहु कर्मा निरंतर सजन धर्म. We have Vedic mantras that we should be chanting, the mantras of Bhagavan, like we did at the beginning of our satsang this evening. Like when Baba comes here home and chant those Vedic mantras. Why? Because they have been energized and metered. So when those mantras are chanted, the reverberation of it removes negative energy. So when Baba comes, let me say your home has, I don't want to say spirit and so on, but you have negative energies in your home. And sometimes, people turn and they see a dark figure. These kind of things I'm talking about, right? So what Baba does, he tells you to use lavender and etc. I don't want to go into details, but all what Baba tells you to do and to cleanse the place. But added to that, he gives you mantras to chant, right? So you have one, the cleansing of the place. You have the incense also to move out those negative energies. And then you have the mantras and Vedic mantras. We have Puranic mantras, but we also have Vedic mantras. So he will chant some Puranic mantras, but within the puja or within the purification ceremony, they will have some Vedic mantras because of the reverberation of these things get rid of negative energy. So if you get rid of negative energy in your home, don't we think that it will get rid of negative energies in this home? Yes, of course it will. So we need, in the morning we have Sandhya, get up, we offer a little dhar, and we chant the mantras. So remember it's 5 elements you want to cover? Because this physical body is 5 elements, that's all. So the 5 elements you will notice when you get up to do Sandhya, the 5 elements is always covered. Because what you're doing in the morning, or any puja, you have water, you have fire, you have incense, you have flowers. So what flowers is? Flowers is an earth element as well as a water element. And then you have Chandran. Okay, so you cover all in fire, air, earth, water, and the ether is the mantra that you chant. Yeah? So if every morning you get up at Sandhya time, morning and evening, because you want to have peaceful rest also, right? You're going to purify these elements, the outer body, so you will have a better day. That's all. That is only when you experience it that you will want to do it over and over, yes? When you experience a happy feeling, a good, pleasant feeling, and you want to be there all the time, that is why Devi and all our elderly people who are doing that all the time for us, you know, we fail to recognize that the success that we have in this life was not only through us sinners. Our parents who was praying and offering dhar and so on. When Mama doing what she did, Vash, you think your success come by yourself? No. Mama always praying for her children. That's all. All mothers doing that. All noble parents doing that. Him when he doing his praying for baby girl, that's all. Every parent is a saint because they care about someone else other than themselves. This is the most important thing for a saint. The sages in the Himalayas, they have already been enlightened. You think they need to stay on earth? No, they stay here because they put in all those positive energies in the Himalayas that resonates across the globe. Don't underestimate the saintly people of this world. As saintly people don't have to be boisterous. Just humble and in the home and the same prayers. You're promoting positive energies. Mantra japa. So you need to chant the mantras of that Supreme Order. The 5th step that takes you there. Chata Dhamma Sila Virati Bahukarma. So you must do your actions also, but you must have Dhamma is, you control your senses. Have control of your senses. Sila, in that you must always perform good and noble deeds. Virati is you have this passion. You can only have this passion when you don't want something for yourself. When you stop being selfish, this is the only way of virati, this passion would come in your life. Again, Bhagavan goes on to say, Satavam sama mohi may jagadekha mote sanda adhika kadilekha. He's saying that Bhagavan is telling us that to consider the saintly as even greater than himself. You understand what Bhagavan is saying? Bhagavan exists in everything, not so? So everything, down to the chair, the ground, everything is good. But what he's saying, consider the saintly as greater than me. Because the saintly will bring you to God. Kabir tells us that not so. If my guru and God is walking towards me, I will bow to my guru first. Why? Because the guru, that's right. Guru brings me to God. So I have to pay respect to my guru first. Respect guru, you know. It had this, I'm watching the time here. It had this boy named Gopal, right? And he and his mom was living on one side of the forest. And for him to go to school, he had to cross the forest. The forest is filled with all sorts of wild animals and so on. And he has to go to school past the forest on the next side. So, Gopal, when he passed 5 years of age and he has to go to school now, he's afraid to cross. But his mom is like his guru, his teacher. So she tells him, son, all you need to do is call out to your friend Madhusudan. Call out to your friend and he will come and accompany you. So he has faith in the words of his guru, his mom. So when he goes into the forest, he calls out, Madhusudan, Madhusudan, hey Gopal, come and be with me. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna comes and escorts him every day across the forest. And when he's finished school, he brings him back. Right? So like this is happening. So the school was having a festival and they decided that everybody would bring something. But this is a poor child. And he goes and he tells his mommy. His mommy says, son, we don't have anything. But ask your friend now. Ask Madhusudan. So he goes and he tells Bhagavan Shri Krishna, although Shri Krishna knows that already. And Shri Krishna tells him to tell his teacher that he would provide all the kheer for the entire school. He said, true? You could provide all that? He said, yes, my big brother told me that. He said, alright. So next day he comes, and he comes with a little container like this. The whole school. The teacher angry now because everybody expecting kheer, and this is all he bring. So the teacher put out a big container and he started pouring. Because he pour like this and he raise it back up, filled. Keeps pouring like this. And the entire container has become filled. And this container is dripping over still. Teacher is totally amazed. Everybody eats and the container is still filled. So he asked him where he got this. So he told him, my big brother. This one. So he said he wants to see him. So he said, come, brother, it's always required for it. So he calls out Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Krishna is there, but the teacher cannot see. Understand? Bhagavan is right here with us. I remember Imam used to tell me that, God is closer to you than your jugular vein. I always remember that as a little child. Bhagavan is right here with you, every step of your life. Do you know what the problem is? We need to change the lens. If you change the lens, you will see bright. You will see Bhagavan, 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 Bhagavan. Yeah? Change the lens. You will see God.
We didn't know.
Huh?
We didn't know. We are patient.
You're sure because I'm watching this happen.
No. Yeah. Tomorrow is time. Give us.
I'm not going to close.
No. Give us.
Okay.
See what it says.
So, Bhagavan, this is all Bhagavan wants. You have a little faith in Bhagavan. That's all Bhagavan is saying. So that's the next step. You have faith in the Guru, faith in Bhagavan. That's the next shredder that leads you to the highway of devotion. Atulabha Jatulabha Santosha Sapane Bhuti Nahi Dekhi Paradosha. Santosh, right? We all know what Santosh is. When you have contentment. If you don't have contentment, what is going to happen to your life? You're always running after. Right? Yeah. Like a bunt. I have one eye only. You only have one eye to see. You know how to grab this. I get that car, I want a bigger car. I want a bigger house. I want the newest cell phone that come out. You understand? So you're only grabbing with one eye. You don't have two eyes to see that this life is a short time. You only grabbing, and time is going to tick, tick, tick. And all that you grab, you're going to stay
Right.
right here. Yes? You know what treasure stays with you? The treasures you should be collecting is the wonderful memories that you share with your loved ones. That is the gems you need to collect. Because you see, when you leave, the loved ones will still remember those gems that, you know, mommy did this for me. Mommy took care of me. You know, these wonderful memories will stay with you. Not to, yes, nobody is saying not, because that's one of the four fruits of life, yes? Nobody is saying not to go after the things and have a secure home and so on. Nobody is saying no. But don't let that be your only thing in your life. It can't be that you're only going after things that I want more. You're never having santosh. You're never contented. This is what Bhagavan is saying. You need to have some amount of contentment. And that is the next step in your life. Again, Bhagavan is saying the eighth step. You need to not find faults with others. Yeah? We now speak about if Bhagavan is in everybody, you can't find fault with Bhagavan. Yeah? So don't go finding fault with other people. And Pyare, when you have traveled these 8 steps, you reach the 9th step. Navam Saral Sab Chalavina Mama Bharosadiya Harash Nadina. And you don't have any desires anymore. What keeps us here in this realm? The only thing that keeps you here is your desire. When your desire, you no longer have a desire, you will stay here. Understand? When this body is released completely, what does the Gautam Rishi did? He went into Samadhi because he relinquished his desire to stay in this realm. When somebody is dying and they have gone through so much pain, and then they decide, you know, I'll give you a last look and tell you, you know, I've had enough and my desire is to leave. And that is when they leave the body. Yeah? When that desire stops, you stop having desire, you would stop this. Yeah? Sita Ram between. Just trying to wrap up a little faster because I didn't want to give you a katha for each one of those and then we put a 11 o'clock in now. There you go in now. Because I had another one to tell you about a girl, because when I saw my baby girl there. But Shanti. Shanti was a little girl like baby girl, you know. And her dad was living on one side of the river. And he used to provide milk for the village. So they used to take the boat, and Shanti used to come with her dad. He used to take the boat and carry her across, and she would go and deliver the milk. So while they were there and so on one occasion they had yajna and so on. So she heard in the yajna that the Pandit there was saying that when one has faith in the Supreme Lord and Master and chant his praises, they can even walk over water. So she heard that before, right? So her dad got sick and he couldn't row the boat. So she decided that, you know, I remember what Baba said. So she, with firm faith in Bhagavan, started to chant the name of Bhagavan. Ram, 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 Shri Ram, 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 Sita Ram, Ram, Ram. She takes the milk and she's walking on the water. She goes across, she delivers the milk, and she comes back. So she does this for a few days. Then the same Baba comes and he sees her and said, Beti, how are you going? She said, how are you, Daddy? Well, Daddy's sick, he laid up. She said, well, how will you come across the river? She said, well, Baba, and she tell me if I chant the name of God, I'll cross. He said, what? So he doesn't believe her. So she said, yeah. So she started chanting the name. Re Rama, Rama, Rama. And she started walking in the water. So he's totally shocked. So he says, look, how could you do this, Betty? She said, but Baba, you tell me that you have to have faith in Bhagwan and you cross. So she says, come. So she holds his hand and he comes and he stands up on the water. So he's totally amazed at this. But then when he watched down, he see dhoti like he's going to get wet. So as he go to reach for his dhoti, he go along the water, right? But that is all it is. You just need to have that faith, that love and devotion in your heart for Bhagwan, and you will cross this Sara Samsara, ocean of mundane existence. Sitapati Ramachandra ki jai. Sirat ko main do cheez si. There you go with that. Bhagwan goes on and tells her that, Devi, you have walked, made those 9 steps, and you are already on the highway of devotion. You already have bhakti, devotion in your heart. That, and he gives her final emancipation, beatitude, so that she don't have to be in this cycle of birth and death, birth and death again. So great it is of a saintly person and the sage. Remember, it is her husband was a sage and he cursed her. But that curse came out to be a great blessing because she didn't have to go through the cycles again. She was emancipated. Take note of all our kathas when Narad Muni intervenes. What does Narad Muni do? Narad Muni is a catalyst. He speeds up your enlightenment. So when you might find that Narad Muni is a little mischievous, check and see. All he does is speed up your emancipation. That is what the saintly people of this world does. They speed up your emancipation. You see that saintly people, what she did? Not so? That is what these saintly people do. They're speeding up your, all this information, out of all the things you hear tonight. At least one you're going to practice. Yeah? And that is going to bring you closer to the Supreme. And the final Doha tells us, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Jati Hina Aga Janma Mahi, Rama Mukti Ki Asinari, ऐसे प्रभु की सारी सियापति रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय पूरे सा जगन्नाथ की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सियापति रामचंद्र की जय शरणम जातिहीन जन्म मही मुक्ति किमहि असिनारी महामंद मन सुख चहसे ऐसे प्रभु की विसारी. That Lord conferred final beatitude on someone who was considered as a sinner. Goswami Tulsidas is saying that, O mind, how can you forget such a master? O foolish mind, don't forget that supreme Lord and Master. This one life that we have, always remember that supreme. Sitapati Ramachandra ki Jai. Let us clasp our hands and bow heads in humble supplication and we seek guidance, blessings and protection for this noble soul who has brought us here today on her continued journey towards enlightenment. Okay, before we close, we'll join the doctor to sing a bhajan.
सो परत्रा जो कपावही सिर धुंधुल रखताय कालई कर्म ही कोई लाल जय धन्यवाद
Sitapati Ramachandra ki Jai. Let us clasp our hands on our heads as we seek guidance and blessings for this noble pious soul. Hari Om. शंख चक्र गदाधान अक्षय पुंडरीकाक्ष प्रेत मोक्ष प्रभुपुम श्री कृष्णा शरणं मम श्री कृष्णा शरणं मम श्री कृष्णा शरणं मम। ओम नमस्तु अनंताय सहस्रमूर्ते सहस्रपादाक्षि शरदुद्भवे सहस्रनामे पुरुषाय सहस्रकोटि मुखाय ओम आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजं चैव न जानामि तत्संयतं पुरुषोत्तमम् मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दन यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियवा बुद्ध्यात्मानव प्रकृति स्वभाव करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणीति समर्पयामि। हे प्रभु सर्वशक्तिमान सच्चिदानंद निराकार निर्विकार सर्वाधार सर्वेश्वर सर्वव्यापक अंतर्यामी अजर अमर नित्य प्रवित्य सृष्टिकर्ता को बारंबार नमस्कार। हे परमात्मा भविष्य वर्तमानुषों का कष्ट न कर दे शुभ दी प्रकाश करो कि जिसके सुख का मंगल करो। ओम ध्यान शांतिरंतरिक्षं शांति पृथ्वी शांतिरापः शांति औषधय शांति वनस्पतय शांति विश्वदेव देवाय शांति ब्रह्मा शांति सर्वगम शांति शांति देवा शांति सामा शांति देवी। Everyone, let us blend our voices together. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ओम शांति शांति शांति। उमापति महादेव की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। सीतापति रामचंद्र की जय। पवन पुत्र हनुमान स्वामी की जय। बोलिए सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। सकल पंच जय जय सीताराम। प्यारे my brothers and sisters, truly a blessing to be in your noble company. Bhagwan's continued blessings to all of you that you may continue to be in satsang. Let me extend my sincere gratitude to my Didi, my brother, for giving us an opportunity to be in your presence. I also wish to extend my sincere gratitude to all the people who came here tonight, especially my little devotees, both Daddy and Mommy here. Thank you for coming. And last but not least, I must thank my uncles, my daughter, my Dharampatni, for without their support, we would not have been able to accomplish our satsang this evening. It's my wish and prayer that we continue to be in satsang. Sitapati Ramachandra ki jai.